afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is September 25th, 2014. This is Texan TV News from Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Haley Thompson. Today's top story, breaking news from the Associated Press in Washington. Attorney General Eric Holder is resigning after 6 years under Obama's Holder plans at the Justice Department until his successor is in place. The 63-year-old former judge and prosecutor took office in early 2009 during the worst financial crisis in decades. He is known for his division questions on the handling of the captured terrorism suspects and is weighing in on racial fairness. The White House and President Obama is planning to announce and address this resignation this afternoon in a press conference. In campus news, the Texas A&M University system has made an announcement that if you have any factual information, fraudulent, wasteful, or abusive activities that you would like to report, examples of reportable issues include fraud, misuse of resources or information, or safety rules, inappropriate harassment, or discrimination. They encourage you to report such issues through the Risk and Misconduct Hotline, the telephone and web-based reporting system. You can call the number at 1-800-3850 or select the appropriate A&M system member under the File a Report Hotline tab on their website. The hotline is independently operated and open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your reports can be submitted anonymously and will be forwarded to the appropriate agency official for action. In regional news, Weatherford reports that the City of Willow Park former Public Works Lance Petty has filed a lawsuit claiming he was forced out of his position in June because he refused to lie to the City Council last year about fines resulting from violations at the city's waste master plant. Petty worked for the city for almost 11 years, held the director position for 7 years. He's requesting $250,000 in damages in the civil rights employment. Petty is naming Mayor Richard Nabowski and City Administrator Matt Stafffield, stating that he approached him days before an August 2013 council meeting and asked him to lie regarding $44,000 in Texas Commission on Environmental Quality fine that the city was notified of in May of 2013, requiring violations of the treating plant. Claims he was threatened of not making his contract renewed if he did not lie. And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texan news, a new court in Harris County will soon hearing cases for veterans charged misdemeanor crimes. Harris County commissioners have unanimously approved creation of the new court on Tuesday. The court is designed to deal with cases veterans whose criminal behavior from combat-related trauma. Proponents say the court will local veterans get medical help and a criminal record of jail time. Judge Mike Fields, who will be overseeing the program, said one motivation for establishing this was seeing how service affected his father, who was a Vietnam War veteran, and a sister who was a veteran of the Gulf War. The new court hearing cases of arrested for Class A or B misdemeanors can trace the event back to a brain injury, mental illness, or mental disorder from combat zone memories. In national news, an online sale of sex toys could give a boost of revenue. Owner of the 5 adult stores has failed to pay over $160,000 in sales and income to the state of Kansas. Revenue seized in July for the operation by United Outlet LLC under the name Bang. They were stores in Topeka, Junction City, Washington, and Kansas City. The assets were released back to the owner to auction the property. Senate minority and Topeka Democrat Anthony Hensley used the auction to make a dig at Governor Sam Brownback, saying the Republican leader was so desperate to fill the massive hole in the state budget caused by his reckless income cuts that the state of Kansas is now in the porn business. Brownback faces a strong challenge, Democrat Paul Davis, because of his concern about whether tax cuts are boosting the economy or potentially ruining the state's finances. The legislature's nonpartisan research staff is predicting $238 million budget shortfalls by July of 2016. Governor spokeswoman Eileen Hawley defended the sale, saying that the same process has been used previous administrations. In international news, we turn to the Associated Press for video report on the space shuttle.
India triumphed in its first interplanetary mission, placing a satellite into orbit around Mars on Wednesday. Scientists broke into wild cheers as the orbiter's engines completed 24 minutes of burn time and maneuvered into its place around the red planet.
History has been created today. We have dared to reach out into the unknown and have achieved the near impossible. I congratulate all ISRO scientists as well as all my fellow Indians on this historic occasion.
The success of the Mars orbiter mission, affectionately nicknamed MOM, marks a milestone for the Indian space program, demonstrating it can act as a global launchpad for commercial, navigational, and research satellites.
It's an incredible inspiration for all of us. A challenge of this kind to have been faced in limited time planning, limited resources, and the first time attempt and so on.
India was particularly proud that the mission was developed with homegrown technology and on a tight budget. The Indian mission cost about $75 million, compared to NASA's much larger Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution mission, or MAVEN, which reached its position around Mars on Sunday and cost as much as $671 million. MOM will now circle the planet for at least 6 months, gathering data to examine Martian weather systems and information on the existence of water on Mars. Matthew Burgoyne, Associated Press.
The weather is brought to you today by the Weather Channel. Today's forecast in Stephenville is mostly sunny with a high of 84 degrees and a low tonight of 63 degrees. So be sure to bring a sweater if you go out tonight. This has been a production of the Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. Tune in to Northland Cable Channel 9 on weekdays at 12:30 for each of the day's top stories, and Wednesday at 1 for the week's top stories in Spanish. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter, and check out our website at www.texannews.net for all of your latest local, state, national, and international news, as well as for all of your entertainment and sports updates and the live stream of Texan TV News. Today's broadcast was produced by Rebecca Gilligan, Missy Shorter, Morgan Little. This is Haley Thompson, and I've had a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, Tarleton Texans.